Next top story. The number 2 top story is JPEGs or no. Oh my gosh, we got more.
No
JPEGs or no JPEGs. Bitcoin dies with free pressure. That is the truth. 02857 something. May 1st. Bitcoin territory. 41 comments. 70K boost. 2,354 sats. EK, what's this?
Yes. So
Oh,
this
no.
is also about OP return, but
really? What is
think,
op return? I've never
I think
heard
it
of
doesn't
it.
even mention OP return in here. It's just like the higher level. The picture. Oh, you know them. Okay.
Well, he works for Bitcoin Magazine. Of course he knows them.
So yeah, this is mostly about like on-chain and fees and how they are important for like security of the network.
Okay.
And yeah, I like that this post comes from like a different angle. Like it's not about the technicals, like not the deep details of this specific change.
Yeah.
But just in general, like miners are getting paid for a reason, and that is important, that reason. And but yeah, it just looks bad that a block is literally just one image. But I don't know how much did they pay for the image? Was it even much?
Well, total fees.
It looks like 1,600. Oh no, subsidy and fees.
Oh yeah, like just less than 2K.
Dude, that looks like money laundering, bro.
For filling
straight
up
money laundering. If I ever.
So did they go directly to what is this marathon?
Hang on, let me go back.
I know the guys.
All right, hang on, talk about it. What?
I literally know the guys that made this. Like they're Canadians. They're from Toronto.
Did you?
One of them DM'd
What's their
me and he
address?
was like, "Yo, how do I pump this?" And I was like, "I can't help you." But we talked about it for a while, and yeah, they spend like $3,000. They think that it's awesome. Actually, the art is pretty cool. If you go to the ordinal address, it's an HTML5 comic book which contains the image asset, so you can click through it. It's like an interactive thing. Artistically, I think it's sick. Whether you hate it because it's on the blockchain, I guess you're allowed to hate it. You have the right to hate it, but I don't think this is money laundering. These guys don't need money. They're just they're flush.
It's just about sending a message.
Yeah, it's about
and they didn't even pay much.
What's the subsidy part, Austin?
That's the Coinbase subsidy, or that's the block reward. Subsidy plus fees.
But so
yeah, they paid.
Yeah, because you're looking at the full block view.
Okay.
Like 3 million sets. Yeah, to have their image. I read on. I'm not on Twitter, but I still see some stuff from Twitter. And I think that was on Twitter. Someone said like they aren't reading the room. Like this is not the time. But I think they made it. I think it's actually on purpose that this happened right now.
Oh yeah.
So they did read the room. They just decided to do the opposite of what you would think.
Totally. And I'm in support of this, in the fact that I'm in support of people. If I have a vulnerability, I want you to poke at that vulnerability so that I feel it and I'm aware of it. And I see no difference, almost no difference between an attack on Bitcoin and a contribution on Bitcoin. And so, yeah, I mean, this is just, JPEG submitted to a miner, right?
Yeah.
Anyone can do it. It's not really a sophisticated thing, but it's like, yeah, please keep flaunting this capability, because it needs to be at the forefront of our minds, because it's a big conversation of the future of Bitcoin and what is going to be on the chain. What are we going to allow on the chain? What can we even do about it?
Yeah.
What does it mean?
Yeah.
Looks
like we got our Tillikit, the top comment. He says, "I'm not against them being able to do it. The ship has sailed. I think in this case, the issue is taking this decision about what's in someone's mempool away from the node runner. There's also this issue is how Core is coming across with this decision. This ivory towerism, condensation, and holier than thou shoot coming from Core's cross. Frankly, I'm pretty shocked at the behavior."
Condescension.
And then OP says, I agree completely regardless of the default policy. Choices are for node runners with regards to arbitrary data should be clear, easy to understand, and optional by the person running the software.
So this is actually a good comment, and I want to highlight what he's saying. Was it articulate? I can't read it from
articulate,
here.
articulate.
This is very close to where my opinion lies right now, which is that like I acknowledge that people can do this and that this is a part of Bitcoin's rules, and that's okay. But I want the controls on my node to be able to relay or not relay that 4 megabyte transaction and allow it or not allow it in my mempool. And that's kind of the nuanced place that I fall into. And it seems like these people are kind of falling somewhere close. It's like, okay, this is allowed in Bitcoin. This is allowed in consensus rules. So be it. But let me have the control over my node to where I would never relay this transaction. And I at least have that control on my own node. And they feel that Bitcoin Core has this ivory tower condescending mindset about, no, you just don't understand it. You don't need that control. We're just going to take it away. And I think this is maybe part of the pleb reaction against Core is like that feeling. Of course, it's a feeling, it's emotional, but this is a little bit where I'm landing right now on like the outcome I want is like, yeah, use the op return, please. Do what you want with your mempool. Let me do with mine what I want. But yeah, highlighting the fees here. I guess one other thing to say here is that like this goes back to the tried and true argument of mining fee death spiral of like, will fees be too high or will fees dwindle to nothing?
Yeah, we also have Merch. He came in and says, "Hey, may I ask what you perceive the sense of condensation? Is this coming from reading the PR comments, the mailing list thread, or are you getting that sense of the conversation others are having about the situation?" ? And then Articulate said, "From the active participants on X and Nostr primarily." And then Merch says, "I see, thanks. In case that you are spending a lot of time being angry about this, I suggest that you read the discussion on the mailing list. I think it's fair, readable, and doing so would allow you to form your own opinion on the thoughts brought up in style discussion." Dude, so I'll agree with Merch personally right here. Like, you guys, and I'll just say this for the room. You guys are all on Twitter, and dude, that's Twitter. A cesspool, dude. and then also like I'm not on Nostr nearly as much, but it sounds like a cesspool too more now. Dude, I'm on Stacker.News this day. Nothing's living rent free in my head. Like, I think there's a lot of people like getting upset because of what they see on Twitter and Nostr these days. And I think Merch is right about this. Like if there's a conversation, if like people are getting triggered because they're reading Twitter and they're reading Nostr, that's on them.
Well, I'll say I got triggered when I read the GitHub. I got triggered when I read the PR.
Merch is saying go to the groups though.
Totally. And this is what people should do. Look at the source material instead of people's takes on the source material. I absolutely totally agree with Merch on that. You need to read through these threads before you go off and shooting your opinion off.
Yeah, because it's one thing to argue. Like, you guys always tell me, like, "Oh, Car, you're arguing. Like, who are they connected to?" and all this stuff. Yeah, it's one thing just because we're having a podcast and discussion. It's another thing to argue, actually, like, what are we talking about here? Like, especially next week when you guys have these debates and stuff, like, you're going to have to stick to the facts, which is all laid out here. You're going to have to argue these facts against other facts. And at the end of the day, at least how I understand computer science from school, is it's all based off of this stuff. It's not based off of, conspiracy shit that we say on podcasts. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no
At
feelings.
Least, like there's no feelings and there's no emotions tied to computer science. Like, all computer science is just research and development and
I mean, yes,
and
except for Bitcoin. And like, you can really, I'm not gonna put my neck on the line because it's not worth it. But my sense, I didn't need to look at X to realize that there is a significant ethos difference on the two different sides of this argument, and it is not strictly technical. There is a technical side of the argument, and I'm not speaking to Articulate. I'm speaking to my experience when I read the GitHub thread. I read the mailing list. I then we went and we looked into Citria's white paper. I learned looked at how Citria is using unspindled outputs. We argued about it all day yesterday, and I just want to say that like I think that.
But I'm saying, Austin, like these people that build out these protocols and stuff, like they have computer science backgrounds and they have these degrees, and that's where they come from. And so like, and the way I understand it, because I took courses in computer science in college, like they base everything off of like research and help me here, EK, because I know you have a degree in this, and and that's different than me, Car, podcasting on Fridays for an hour every week, talking about conspiracy theories and like, you know, connecting the dots and stuff like that. That's just me having fun with my friends. What I'm saying is like they're gonna go to what Merch is talking about. Like they're gonna go here and they're gonna talk about all this stuff because this is stuff that they've been working on for the past year and a half, 2-3 years. And yes, there's definitely stuff that's tied to these things. There's stuff like Citria and people that pay their jobs and stuff like that. Because you know, but at the end of the day, like these people have, I would imagine, I don't know anything, but I would imagine they have research that they've been doing for the past year and a half. That I mean, I know Blockstream, doesn't Blockstream pay core devs or Lightning Core devs to do research? Like,
look, there's a lot of
sure
research.
some of that
there's
is
a lot of context. You're right. There's a lot of technical realities at play here, but you are very wrong in the sense of a lot of the arguments here are about predictions of if we do this, this might happen. If we do this, it opens up this incentive.
I don't know,
This
man.
goes outside of the realm of computer science. If we were arguing about, like the timestamp overflow that's going to happen in Bitcoin in like 200 years or whatever, that's a computer science problem. Like, oh, we're going to run out of bytes and the timestamp's going to get too big, right? We can talk about the timestamp problem within computer science realm, but as soon as we say, well, what do we do about it and when do we change it and how do we make people do it, we've left the realm of computer science and we're now into this way more sticky
that's
realm.
why like that, that's why for me, like personally, I don't fight the devs on this kind of stuff. If anything, I just listen to y'all. Like I just listen to y'all, and whatever Austin or Topher you guys say, I believe y'all, and I take y'all's face value on it, and I do it. But like, if you guys tell me like this is the way to go, then I'm gonna roll with y'all. But you tell me the other way to roll, I'm gonna roll with y'all that way. So whatever. What are you pointing to me?
Well,
Cypherpunks ruled. So Topher's pointing. Cypherpunks don't prune. Okay, I'm with you there. Whatever side that's on, I'm with Topher on that. So whatever side here, let me see that side.
Full node.
So I'm on this side, whatever that means. I'm on this side for the record. And I don't know what that means, but I'm on that side because Topher just told me this is a side to be on because I'm an idiot and I don't know this side, but Topher knows computer science, so I trust him. And that's all I'm saying is like,
but
here, fill in, EK.
That is a very good transition to what I wanted to say when you asked me to help you, but you mentioned like research, like they research all the stuff.
Yeah.
But now you can like read their research, but a thing that is usually like a bit not talked about much, like you should be able to verify the research.
Okay.
Yes.
So like I can read all this stuff, but the question is still, do I believe? Do I believe them? Do I verify it myself? Do I come to the same conclusions?
Okay.
Like there's research on all kinds of stuff, and research also doesn't agree.
Okay.
Like there's also no consensus sometimes.
There you go.
Yes, and you have agency. It's like if you look, you don't have to care, but if you
it's not
care,
that I don't care. I'm just saying like I
just mean like the proverbial you. A person doesn't have to care, but if you care, you can and should be able to verify. The PR is open. You can look at the code changes. You can look at the git blame and look at the history of that code that they're changing and the data carrier flags, all of this.
Well, I just don't like, at the end of the day, like I just don't like seeing people make fun of people I like. Like I love Merch. Like I love all you guys. Like, and like these are people that I respect and I have a lot of love for, and it's very disheartening to see people throw these people under the bus just because they have a disagreement on something. This is not a way to treat each other. Like, do you know what I'm saying? And so you can disagree, you can even argue over these things, but it's one thing to like start crossing the line and call these people names and say things behind their back about their character.
Blessed are the peacemakers. I agree.
Exactly, and that's
blessed
all
are
I'm
the
saying.
peacemakers, but fuck you and your shitcoin.
I'm just saying, like, it's like it shouldn't come to that, and I think Bitcoiners usually go to that right away. It's just sad.
I think and
that's why I keep saying, Car, have nuance, keep an open mind, don't jump to the conclusion of this person's corrupt, these core devs, blah blah.
I didn't say that.
I'm not saying you said that, but that's just like what I keep throwing in is like keep an open mind. Yes, this is rough consensus and it's rough play, but we don't have to be completely mean and volatile and toxic to each other.
I don't think so. And that's where like people are getting triggered and it's like, come on, guys.
I think this is like our chance for all to level up in Bitcoin.
Stop being mean to each other.